Santa Ana College celebrated Veterans Day this week. We find out how vets can get help right here on campus.
A new program aimed at training students to become interpreters kicks off.
Fall is officially here. Santa Ana welcomes the new season with a bang.
All this and more coming up on SAC News.
Bring up FTS. Ocean Children's Book Festival.
For more information.
Welcome to this week's edition of SAC News. I'm Elliot Hughes.
And I'm Victoriano Garcia. Thanks for joining us.
Last weekend at the Bowers Museum, there was a first annual car show hosted called Vintage Vrooms. The 150th year anniversary of Santa Ana was memorialized by a celebration of vintage cars. There were classic Lincolns, a 1962 Jaguar Mark II, and a 1960s Corvette on display at the event, among many others. The cars' engines were on display, as well as their interiors.
With the city of Santa Ana in celebration of their 150th anniversary. So we wanted to do something that would be really fun, accessible for the community. It's a free event, so anyone who wants to come can join us. And we're bringing in cars throughout history, so really in celebration of that long, wonderful history of the city of Santa Ana.
The Orange County Fine Arts Association is hosting a new showcase gallery. The reception for Winter Imaginings will be held on Saturday, November 16th. This free event is open to the public and will feature the artist Tina Rodriguez. For more information about the reception and the Orange County Fine Arts Association, visit their website.
If you're a fan of vegan food, the first ever vegan festival will be held in downtown Santa Ana later this month. Attendees can enjoy a variety of dishes, everything from sweets to appetizers, from many different vendors. Organizers say the festival is a way of promoting plant-based diets. So come hungry and ready to experience what veganism can offer. For more information about the festival, visit the organizers' Instagram.
El Mercadito El Carrusel is a community event for local entrepreneurs to sell their homemade foods and crafts. El Mercadito was in Santa Ana on November 9th and welcomed local entrepreneurs to showcase their homemade creations. Guests experienced live entertainment, traditional Mexican food, and other forms of Latino culture. El Mercadito El Carrusel, or Little Carousel Market, is also a space to come and support local artists who may not have the means to advertise on a large scale. The festival is also acting as a platform to help artists grow and formalize their business, and is aimed to inspire community members to be fully licensed vendors.
Entire family, and this is a beautiful collaboration with the Mexican arts. And their homemade goods here at this out. I'm really happy that I came.
With Thanksgiving approaching, many seem to be getting into the spirit of giving. The Christian church, Praise Chapel Garden Grove, will be hosting a free turkey giveaway event. The church will be donating free turkeys to anyone that attends. Event organizers want to give back to the community and say they have no strings attached to this goodwill event. Turkeys will be provided on November 24th at 10 a.m. The chapel asks that you register ahead of time and will be providing food on a first-come, first-served basis.
The folks at Praise Chapel aren't the only ones in a giving mood. The Mahis Mosque of Orange will be serving food to the homeless in Santa Ana. Volunteers will provide dinner, refreshments, and other necessities. This event will take place at the Santa Ana shelter and begins on Sunday, November 17th. Due to the shelter's rules, volunteers must be at least 18 years old. To register, visit the program section of the event organizer's website.
The opportunities to share food this year seem endless. Even the Sender 1 Indoor Rock Climbing Center in Santa Ana will be hosting a Friendsgiving potluck. People will bring a side dish, a dessert, while Sender 1 will be providing the main dish. The event starts on November 21st at 6 p.m. For more information, visit the Sender 1 climbing website.
With all these events coming up, it's clear that Thanksgiving is nearly upon us.
That's true. In fact, Santa Ana has already ushered in the fall. Our reporter reporter Daniel Martinez has the story.
Santa Ana celebrated the 10th annual Fall Festival at Madison Park last weekend.
Kind of a Veterans Day promotion, but it's more of a family festival. People have Monday off, and it gives the families a safe environment to come hang out and have a good time.
The event featured colorful games for all ages as well as rides like the Ferris wheel and the Gravitron. Local merchant vendors were also present at the fair, selling products like jewelry, clothing, toys, and more. Local food booths featured many cultural Mexican foods like tortas, gorditas, tacos, and churros.
I think it's just how culturally rich it is. I mean, you have everywhere. You have Mexican people, you have Salvadorians, you have Hondurans, you have. I think it's just like beautiful, just mix and potluck of just every culture that's here. You have different types of food. Everybody gets to talk to each other, and it really represents Santa Ana that way.
The festival lasted for 4 days, since from last Friday to Monday. If you missed it, you can be sure it'll be back next year.
And Santa Ana needs places like this where it's a safe environment where they can just come out and have fun.
Reported for SAC News in Santa Ana, this is Daniel Martinez.
The Heritage Museum saluted local veterans on Saturday. The event commemorated the sacrifices made by veterans of Mexican-American heritage during World War II. The Heritage Museum also provided a place for veterans and their families to connect and share their stories with future generations.
Still to come, a look at how SAC is training students to be translators.
And be sure to stick around for our Veterans Day coverage.
It's always been a dream for me to be able to play like college softball. I never would have thought I would have been here at Santa Ana. It really meant a lot to me when I found out I got the scholarship.
Scholarship money is a huge, big asset and benefit to our student athletes here at Santa Ana College. We can imagine the burden that the student athletes have. They're spending like close to 6-7 hours a day with softball regarding games and traveling and things of that nature, and also be a full-time student. Out of our 22 players, 20 of them have jobs.
Having to work during season is like the most stressful thing, and so having a scholarship, I don't have to worry about like having a little part-time job to make sure I have food or could buy the things that I need. Now I can just focus on softball and my academics.
I believe Santa Ana College has more scholarships available than a lot of the other community colleges.
I didn't even know that there were so many scholarships out there. I didn't even know there was that much money out there that people are willing to help you move forward in your academic career.
Our coaches really emphasize like school always comes first. To them and to me, academics is like the most important thing.
Like you've heard the saying, academic student first, student athlete. We're pushing the importance of academics.
After winning this scholarship, it really helped me because I was like, okay, if I really study hard, like I'm gonna get good things out of it. So I think it just motivated me in that aspect. I got 4.0s most of my time through college.
When I went to the banquet, I was so grateful to be able to meet the people that are actually helping me move forward. They're really in it for the students and the athletes.
One of the biggest contributions that you can make to help all of the student athletes so they can go further in their education, it will help them get to that next level. We all know that the more good there is out in this environment, it's going to help everybody, and everybody will benefit, especially our local community.
People like me and other students who have low-income families in the Santa Ana area, people who work really hard in school should be rewarded. So I would just say thank you to all the donors because it really helps a lot of people in many ways.
Welcome back. Veterans Day was celebrated on campus earlier this week.
But first, we take a quick look at sports.
It was a big day for SAC's women's soccer teams as they went up against Irvine Valley College in the final home match of 2019. The Lady Dons gave it all they had from the start. They scored 2 goals in the first round and 1 more in the second, coming out on top with a dominating 3-0 win. The Lady Dons will face Orange Coast College at OCC at 3 p.m., so come out and support.
Join the dance department as this November they present their newest show titled Root/Branches, embracing our past and present. The show will be sharing different dances from all over the world, from Japan, Spain, and even New Orleans. Watch as video collages, scenic elements, and dance come together to recount the history of our past. To get your tickets, click on the Division Events tab on the Fine and Performing Arts website.
A new program to help students become professional translators kicked off this week.
We went to main campus to get the story. Professors and students from the Business Applications Department held their monthly speaker series, an event where an interpreter talks to students. The speaker, Cesar Vargas, an interpreter who enjoys working at a local school district, gave his experience on how he uses the skill every day.
Being bilingual allows you to, of course, go into two cultures, being able to delve into one culture or the other, to, in my experience, to be able to earn money, because that's my job. So understanding cultures is very important, and you understand people through language. So it allows me to understand both cultures.
The Spanish-English interpretation certificate, which is fairly new, is growing as more students enroll every semester.
We have full classes every semester. Just last semester we had about 18 students complete the certificates, and I believe this fall 2019, I'm really excited just to know that about maybe more than 20 are going to complete the certificate.
For Caesar, interpreting is a professional service which can be fun at the same time.
To communicate a message clearly and distinctly so that nothing gets left out, nothing gets added that's not supposed to be there, and the message gets conveyed and the people understand. So when somebody, and this is difficult in interpreting, but when somebody tells an appropriate joke in one language and people laugh in the other language, you know, that the humor transfers, so that's a very good thing. It's very satisfying.
Students who complete this program have many career opportunities they can enter to make use of this valued skill.
And they come to upgrade their skills, and they work in education fields. Some of them work in government. Others are very interested in pursuing the core interpreter positions. And then we also have some that are interested in the medical field.
Reporting for Santa Ana College News, I'm Victoriano Garcia.
The 2019 Distinguished Faculty Award recipient, Lance Lockwood, will give a presentation on the LGBTQ+ community. He hopes this lecture, entitled Thrive, People Like Us, will inform attendees about the state of the LGBTQ+ community. The event will be held at Phillips Hall on November 16th from 1:30 to 3 p.m. For more information, visit the calendar section on SAC's website.
Santa Ana College celebrated Veterans Day on Monday.
Our reporter, Hector Vergara, has the story.
Santa Ana College and the Veterans Student Association, or VSA, held a Veterans Appreciation event here on campus.
We're just here to celebrate veterans and honor their service to our country. And we're just here to literally make sure that they're having a great time and that people on campus, especially the student population, knows who the veteran population is.
Offered at the event was information on available resources for veteran and non-veteran students alike, including the Upward Bound program.
And that program is here on campus, and what's really, really great about it is that it's a Southern California program. So any school that you go to in Southern California, any college that you go to, you can come here onto Santa Ana College campus and utilize what's happening in that program under VUE. And it's because we are the only Southern California school that has Veteran Upward Bound on their campus. A veteran student came in, and they wanted to come here to Santa Ana College. They can absolutely expect us to help them from start to finish on the path that they need to be on.
But adjusting back to student life isn't always easy.
But I think that's the biggest thing is just the transition, because people don't understand the military mindset. And once a service member leaves, they're very proud. And they learned a lot, and they bring that with them into their lives.
Like for instance, I was 10 years out of school, and so I had no idea what I was doing when I came here, especially not knowing what benefits I was eligible for. And so they can expect to come in and us to walk them through all of that process so that they can get their education.
Besides events like these, students can visit the VSA at the Veterans Resource Center anytime.
So we're all in it together, veterans and non-veterans alike. We just I always tell other students that we would love to have you in the VRC. Come and see what it's like and visit us.
In Santa Ana, reporting for SAC News, this is Hector Vergara.
In addition to hosting a Veterans Day event, Santa Ana College has a Veterans Resource Center on campus for students.
Reporter Katie Licari has the story.
Coming out of the military, dealing with depression, and I was dealing with the PTSD and dealing with anxiety from the military that I wasn't treated. So one of my buddies was like, hey, why don't you go to Santa Ana College? They are very good at helping people and veterans and transitioning veterans. I got into the Veterans Upward Bound program, which is a transition program, and they helped me transition from being a military guy into being a college guy.
So we have a lot of support, but we want to get that to the veterans so they can start school. And so basically that's what the Veterans Overbound does, is prepare them to get into school, make sure that they're stable, make sure they're on track.
After being here in a whole year, I transitioned to the other program, which is Veteran Student Support Services, that's run by Jason. Jason is the one that kept me on track.
What my primary focus is on helping students while they're here at Santa Ana College and focus on retention.
Our center has such a friendly environment, friendly atmosphere. Everybody cares for each other. Everybody knows for each other, especially since we're ex-military. We have that camaraderie. We have a lot in common.
The Veterans Upward Bound and our Veteran Student Support Services definitely, hands down, are the best programs that a transitioning veteran can utilize.
For more information about the Veterans Resource Center at Santa Ana College, visit their website.
That wraps up this week's edition of SAC News.
Don't forget to check out our YouTube channel and follow us on Twitter.